I seek to learn and share with you my own journey and path of learning and understanding on the level I am. The interpretation and views are my own. The Prophet, on Houses by Kahlil Gibran, and a mason came forth and said, "Speak to us of houses." And he answered and said, "Build of your imaginings a bower in the wilderness ere you build a house within the city walls. For even as you have homecomings in your twilight, so has the wanderer in you, the ever-distant and alone. Your house in your larger body. It grows in the sun and sleeps in the stillness of the night, and it is not dreamless. Does not your house dream, and dreaming, leave the city for grove or hilltop? Would that I could gather your houses into my hand, and like a sower scatter them in forest and meadow. Would the valleys were your streets, and the green paths your alleys, that you might seek one another through vineyards, and come with the fragrance of the earth in your garments. But these things are not yet to be. In their fear your forefathers gathered you too near together. And that fear shall endure a little longer. A little longer shall your city walls separate your hearts from your fields. And tell me, people of Orphalese, what have you in these houses? And what is it you guard with fastened doors? Have you peace, the quiet urge that reveals your power? Have you remembrances, the glimmering arches that span the summits of the mines? Have you beauty, that leads the heart from things fashioned of wood and stone to the holy mountain? Tell me, have you these in your houses? Or have you only comfort, and the lust for comfort, that stealthy thing that enters the house a guest, and then becomes a host, and then a master? And it becomes a tamer, and with hook and scourge makes puppets of your larger desires. Though its hands are silken, its heart is of iron. It lulls you to sleep only to stand by your bed and jeer at the dignity of the flesh. It makes mock of your sound senses, and lays them in thistledown like fragile vessels. Verily the lust for comfort murders the passion of the soul, and then walks grinning in the funeral. But you, children of space, you restless in rest, you shall not be trapped nor tamed. Your house shall be not an anchor but a mast. It shall not be a glistening film that covers a wound, but an eyelid that guards the eye. You shall not fold your wings that you pass through doors, nor bend your heads that they strike not against a ceiling, nor fear to breathe lest walls should crack and fall down. You shall not dwell in tombs made by the dead for the living. And though of magnificence and splendor, your house shall not hold your secret nor shelter your longing. For that which is boundless in you abides in the mansion of the sky, whose store is the morning mist, and whose windows are the songs and the silences of night. This chapter, on houses, is quietly powerful. Gibran isn't just speaking of bricks and mortar, but of identity, freedom, soul space, and the tension between shelter and confinement. This is a meditation on how we attempt to anchor ourselves in physical security, and in doing so, often suppress the wanderer within. Let's walk this terrain together, your path of learning meeting his poetic vision, through shared interpretation, psychology, and spiritual insight. On houses, philosophical and psychological analysis. 1. Begin with the imagination, not the structure. Build of your imaginings a bower in the wilderness ere you build a house within the city walls. Path of understanding, it reminds me not to make my home out of fear, duty, or repetition, but from a vision, a dream, a soul-based design. Home should not trap the spirit, it should cradle it. Philosophically, Gibran is urging us to design our lives first with freedom of spirit before permanence of structure. Imagination must precede construction. Psychologically, this speaks to the importance of inner vision, of aligning your external world with your internal truth. Build from within, or risk living in someone else's blueprint. 2. Your house is your larger body. It grows in the sun and sleeps in the stillness of night. Interpretation, home is not just a place I live in, it reflects my body, my rhythm, my spirit's expansion or contraction. The house breathes with me. Philosopher's insight, this metaphor elevates the house to a living organism, not a possession. It becomes an extension of your presence, not your prison. Psychologically, the home represents the psyche. Is it a sanctuary or a fortress? Does it allow light in, or is it thick with unspoken fears? 3. The city walls are a legacy of fear, and fear your forefathers gathered you too near together. Inner truth, we often live where our ancestors settled, based on survival, not expansion. But what they feared, I may be ready to move beyond. Philosophical reflection, Gibran critiques the inheritance of fear, How we accept systems, walls, cities, distances, without questioning their purpose or cost. Psychologically, this is about intergenerational conditioning. Fear of change, fear of openness, fear of solitude. We must challenge these city walls if we wish to live freely. 4. What do you guard behind doors? Have you peace? Beauty? Remembrance? Exploration. What am I truly storing in my house? Clutter or clarity? Memory or nostalgia? Safety or avoidance? Philosophically, the house becomes a mirror. If it holds only comfort, but not meaning, it becomes an empty sanctuary. Psychologically, the home reflects the unconscious mind. Do I fill it with symbols of my soul, or distractions from my pain? 5. The lust for comfort, that stealthy thing, becomes a host. A master. Realization, I felt this. Comfort can seduce the soul into stagnation. What starts as healing can turn into hiding. Philosophical perspective, Gibran calls comfort the great deceiver. It promises ease, but at the cost of aliveness. True life is movement. Psychological view, this is hedonic adaptation, when the pursuit of ease slowly becomes an addiction to safety. The soul atrophies in too much comfort. 6. Your house shall be a mast, not an anchor. You shall not be trapped nor tamed. Affirmation, my home, my life, must not hold me down but lift me. It must be a place of departure, not confinement. Philosopher's voice, a mast allows one to move with the wind, it rises, adapts, and sails toward the unknown. The true house is not fixed, it evolves. Psychologically, this speaks to psychic flexibility. The moment a house becomes a tomb, the spirit suffers. Home must be a base of empowerment, not entrapment. 7. The boundless in you, that which is boundless in you abides in the mansion of the sky. Inner response, no house can hold the wildness, the longing, the vision in me. That part lives beyond walls, beyond ceilings. It belongs to mist, moonlight, and the hush of the infinite. Philosopher's insight, the ultimate home is cosmic, you are not confined to a single location. The soul is a sky dweller. Psychologically, Gibran is invoking transcendence, the need to live not just materially, but symbolically. True home is an experience of union with the vastness within and around us. Summary, Gibran's vision of home. Theme, Gibran's message, imagination. First, build your life from soul, not structure. Home is body, your house should breathe and move with you. Inherited fear, question the walls you've inherited. Beyond comfort, comfort, if idolized, becomes spiritual imprisonment. Home is vessel, let your home be a mast, something that helps you rise. Inner space, your real home is the cosmos, the soul's vast dwelling. Symbolic shelter, let your house reflect your becoming, not your resisting funnel reflection. You are not made for walls alone. You are a wanderer of the soul and a builder of meaning. Let your life's architecture reflect that. Let your house, physical, emotional, spiritual, be not a defense against life, but a frame through which you experience it fully. Let it hold light, silence, memory, and freedom, not fear or false safety. You are not meant to fold your wings to pass through a door. Thank you for sharing in my journey.